Today on the table, we are continuing our Colt Gold Cup National Match Series. So today we have a 1979, because we're counting backwards, 1978, and a 1977. And I'll show everybody the serial number so you can verify that, as we keep going through this series, that I'm not just showing the same one or two ones each time, that we are showing each one as we go. So we'll start off, this, like I said, this 79, 78, 77. Condition-wise, I try to always find ones that are in all original condition. I don't mind if there's a little bit of wear. So like on the 78 you see here, this one is actually pretty nicely worn. You can see like it was obviously carried either in a holster or shot a lot, because it is quite worn right here where you would hold it. And then same is here on the back, but most of the finishes actually seem to be worn off right here. If you can see that, it's pretty metal looking right there. And then here at the end you can see it has just a little bit of holster wear on the end, so someone probably must have shot this a lot more for competitions. And you can see too that it's worn, the finish is worn off back here just from flipping the safety on and off. And I don't recall who I bought this from. I'd have to look through the paperwork to see, but we'll go through here, like I said, and everything is all original on all of these. They all have their Ellison sights and so on, but we'll just go through here. So since we are going backwards, we'll start with the 79. The 79's in basically perfect condition, as you can see here. It has no marks on it whatsoever. There is, obviously the idiot scratch mark, which you gotta love that. And then it does have its Ellison adjustable sights, National Match barrel, original walnut grips with the medallions, and the adjustable trigger. So, and it has its original mag, as you can see here. And we can do a quick, I guess we'll do that here real first. We'll just quickly check them all. You can see that that one is not loaded right there. And we'll check the 78's not loaded right there. And 77. You can see that there. It's not loaded either. So as we go back to this one, this is the 79. This, function-wise, functions fantastic. If you can find any gear, any specific gear, it doesn't even really matter. Just, whatever you can find is great. Like I said, when I try to find them in these original conditions, that's always what I look for. But again, you can see on this worn 78, it obviously has the idiot scratch from when it was put together. It still functions great. The spring is really strong on it, and and there's no wiggle. For a gun that has probably been shot this much, look, there's no wiggle at all on the slide to the frame, which is crazy. It's super tight still. So it just goes to show you how well these are made. And then again, and we can look at the magazines too. You can see your standard National Match mags, or at least the mags that they gave with them. Oh, and then we can, I guess I'll show everybody the serial numbers as we go through one more time. Now this 77, this one I don't think has been fired. I think this is in an unfired condition, if I remember right. It came with the box and everything, so you can see here too, it really hasn't even been assembled and reassembled, because there's no idiot scratch here from where you would take it apart and put it back together when you're pushing this piece in. But it is in basically flawless condition. There is no marks on it. As I fall and it falls out of my hand and I drop it on these other ones. But you can see it's basically perfect. I don't plan on shooting this one just because I can easily shoot any of these other ones. But you can check it out there. It is perfect here. And then there's the mag right there in the bottom, which we can take out, as you can see here, just like that. And this one, because it's basically brand new, the function on it is crazy. It's just, yeah, it's why I collect them and why they're so amazing. But here, I'll go through and show everybody. So here's the serial number. Remember how in the previous video you saw that they all start with like a 70N, the ones from the 70s? And in the very early 80s, you can see that there. It says 70N on that one. And 70N on the 78. And you can see, obviously, the numbers are different too. And 70N on this one as well. But yeah, that's all of them right there. So like I said, that's just a quick video just to show everybody. But again, they all have their National Match barrels, adjustable triggers, you know, the standard hammers that they all come with. And like I said, I always look for ones with, to make sure they still have their original walnut grips with the medallions on them. But if you have any in this model year or in these years, you know, let me know, and you can check out the barrel bushings at the end here. See, there. This one's actually a little different for some reason. I just noticed that. But they all have the standard bushing at the end. So, pretty cool. Thanks again.